Welcome to the PB1 podcast.
What's up?
I'm Ryan. We got Brady. We got Ted at the office. Ted's got a new mic set up today. He's very jacked about. He looks like he's a professional recording artist. He might drop some beats later on. Brady is here, and he was ready to go. I was actually the first one ready to go, and I'm now the last one that figured things out today.
Ready?
I feel like you started
ready to
quick
go?
too. Yeah,
I was ready, or I thought I was ready.
Go. Yeah,
you
wanted
guys
to
joined
go.
on. It was a shit show. So,
106 episodes or something like that now?
No, I had it ready.
You still can't figure it out, Ryan? Come on, man.
Turns out we're not going to get into the details of why I could not hear everybody else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what? We're all here. Full bench, PP1 podcast, episode 106, part of the Dean Blundell Network. We are also proudly partnered with our good friends over at Summer Skates. Brady, would you be our Vanna for today?
Ooh, I got to think about this. There we go.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm getting there. I love it.
Yeah.
Way to go, buddy. Way to go.
Yeah.
Ted's, are you hurt, Ted, that you're not in the top corner to do that anymore? You're good?
No, because I would have put the wrong hand up. I would have gone like this because it feels like that's the hand you should put out.
Oh, ouch! That hurts me.
Ted, is that your first time on a keyboard, man? You're got the Hulk smash over there.
No, I have a mechanical keyboard. Look, I'll show you.
Oh,
it's like this
look
weird
at this thing.
Hey, what's that?
And see, when I push buttons, it lights up and shit. It's just really loud.
It's got all these different colors and stuff too.
Yeah, I really just fucked up the tweet I was working on right now too.
That's okay. Probably wasn't important.
No sooner did you start that I had to pick the popcorn kernels out of my teeth as well.
Someone says WTF. Hi, love y'all. Thanks. WTF.
Nice.
TOH.
Nice.
Who's that?
Not sure.
Feel free to tell us. That
Come
looks
on
like
in.
It looks like it's from Twitter or something. As I said, welcome to the show. We got a full bench tonight. Brady's like, what are we going to talk about? It's like there's nothing going on. You're right. But you know what? This is the PP1 podcast. We dig deep.
Woo!
We dig deep. Not like some of those other sixth ranks podcasts or, you know.
Hey, who is that? That's it's Allie.
Oh.
Did she jump on to defend her terrible ketchup take?
Okay.
So maybe should we get this out of the way?
Yeah, we got to get into this whole ketchup.
We're gonna need to dedicate more than just like a quick get it out of the way, I think.
Okay. So, but she's here.
We should bring it up, obviously.
So here's what's gonna happen. There's been a ketchup take that Ted brought up. Was it yesterday? I think it's like yesterday, right, Ted?
Yeah, a couple days ago, maybe.
It's been dragging on for a while, I think.
So you kind of said maybe tee it up, and then I'll continue from there.
I just think ketchup's overrated. So I thought that I would throw it out there to the masses, like I did with the mashed potato thing. Because I really do believe that ketchup is just sugar sauce made out of tomatoes.
Totally agree.
And so I got a bunch of backlash about ketchup. Mostly from Allie, which I'm really disappointed to find out that Allie is an Italian and likes ketchup. Which I don't know.
I love ketchup, man.
And I think it started with the ketchup chips. Was it the ketchup chips, Allie? I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
She's living the good life out there. She was at the beach by the river eating the ketchup chips, and all that's good to me except for the ketchup chips. But
so you kind of brought that. I mean, there's been like a table tennis back and forth, adjusting for who's got the better take. And Ted was saying, we have so many of these takes. We really need to get together and have a Blundell network. Maybe we'll get everybody in on this.
Well, there's enough of us.
Exactly. Basically like food takes, and there's going to be terrible ones. There's going to be good ones that we'll agree on, like 1 in 10, I'm sure. We'll bring up the whole mashed potatoes thing. We'll get maybe the Ball Hawks guys on there because we all remember how that all went down.
Well, their food takes are just as shitty. Let's be real.
They are. So I mean, I've got my fair share of awful ones as well. Brady, I'm sure. You rocked a Gronk Monster Energy drink for what? 2
Dude,
years?
I can't find those things anywhere.
They're
gone.
I think they're just regular energy drinks now.
Yeah.
And then the Shell, right down the street here, they brought them back for and I think I sold them out within a week, and I haven't seen them since. I think they don't exist anymore.
Yeah. That's probably also, it looks like Allie's saying that grilled cheese is an acceptable application for ketchup. I think if you have to eat ketchup on something, it's probably okay on grilled cheese, but I can still think of better things to
Kids
have on
enjoy
grilled
it.
cheese.
Kids enjoy ketchup on
Oh,
grilled
it's
cheese.
Yeah,
so
it's
good on grilled cheese.
children love that stuff. Yeah,
Exactly.
I guess I'm a child.
You're a child.
yeah.
Well,
hey,
yeah, when it
hurting our
comes to
friends.
eating, ketchup's
you've never
like
not
my
shied away
main-
from being a big kid.
Yeah,
That's true.
I love ketchup. Okay, like let's
So
be real.
anyway, so we're gonna do like a food takes, maybe like a cross promo show. As soon as Sunday, maybe we may have to set this up a bit better, but regardless, it sounds like Allie is good to go. She's working tonight, so we can't have her on the show, but that's okay unless she feels like jumping in. But
Who's working at 8:30? What is
it's
she
in
doing?
Calgary, so it's 9:30.
Oh, so it's. I mean, yeah.
So I don't know.
Hey man, I just got off those night shifts. I know what it's like.
So you're feeling good about not being on those anymore.
I spent a little bit of time in Calgary. That's a fun.
Yeah,
I've been there.
That's a
I've
fun
been to
town. We got
Calgary.
like there's like Cowboys on industry night.
Yeesh.
That's a pretty fun spot. Yeah.
Yeesh.
What else was there? There was like, I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Palace or something. There's like this old like theater that they turned into a nightclub. That was pretty cool. I don't know. Clubbing seems like so far away.
We've had some good times. Even, I mean, this was the sports kind of world, but we had some good times like back in our JC days. Hey, at Shanks, remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we've had some pretty good times at Denny's. In Calgary.
We did. Well, I don't think I was around for the Denny's thing, but we did. I think Kraft had just opened,
Okay.
and that was. I remember we had a good time there.
I never went because I was.
And then we did some karaoke.
That's. Oh yes, we've.
Yeah, I think we
shared
probably
a
get a.
karaoke or two.
We could have did better, I think, at having good times.
Ah, well, you know what? We're having all the good times now. So anyway, as you can see on our screen, make sure, Ted, you're in charge of that. So make sure you enter our contest for the Summer Skates 3-for-1 promo. I think you can even get PP1 podcast ones. So, check those out. The black ones are out there. I've got stock of them. So if you want the $30 price instead of the $35 price, hit me up. I'll make sure I take care of you. Let's get into the fun stuff. First and foremost, we're missing the fourth quarter of the NFL kickoff, which
We are.
I'm okay with. My fantasy team doing great. Dak Prescott, he's back. He's healthy, throwing TDs. Antonio Brown catching the ones from Tim Brady. I'm in a good mood tonight. So we're very happy about that. This is probably the first time that I've done well or had many leagues in 15 years. But this is a hockey podcast, so we got to be excited about hockey. Shout out to the Ball Hawks for inviting us to their football pool podcast.
Yeah, that should be fun.
So I thought we were gonna do like a dual team, and it worked out better that we didn't. So
no, it's just that you're too weird.
I am too weird. That shouldn't affect the picks that we make, though.
Chris is just remembering that he was there for karaoke when we did the Teddy Mercury and you singing Rihanna.
You know what? There's a special place in everyone's heart for me singing Rihanna, and it was Umbrella. If you're wondering the song,
was that the year that you wore the Borat bathing suit?
It was probably the same year.
Oh,
that was in the hotel room. That wasn't like public consumption.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You actually, and it turns out too, Brady, you just like can't unsee that shit.
You can't. It's etched in your memory now. So, speaking of which, speaking of terribly etched photos, so it was my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, man.
Thank you.
I already wished you happy birthday.
So, I didn't see any gifts.
Not wishing it again.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Until next year.
So my best man at my wedding, still my bestest friend to this day. We don't talk a whole lot.
I wasn't at your wedding.
I know you weren't. I didn't say you're my bestest friend. You're one of my best friends, but not the bestest. Sometimes you just got a place for everybody, right? And you got to stay true to that one person.
It's true. What I mean? It's true.
Anyway, because it gets awkward at this point. So I get a text from my bud, and like I said, we don't talk a whole lot right now. Just our lives are super, super busy. And he goes, "Hey, happy birthday, bro. Hope it's spectacular for you." And then he sends me a picture of me in a bikini at Mission parking lot, drunk out of my mind. Out of my mind. Sadly, people would later find out, and also I am like pale white in this picture.
Was this like grad kidnapping or what?
This is worse because this was my stag.
I don't think I've ever seen drunk Ryan.
This is drunk Ryan, and they put the bikini bottoms on sideways. Fast forward to later in the day, I did not get arrested at the beach when things accidentally slipped. So it was an awkward afternoon. I got onto MTV Canada, though, for Wakefest. That was fun.
Wow.
Cut my foot open trying to swim across.
We got to dig that up.
Yeah, I mean, it might be there. I don't know. So I tried swimming across the lagoon to get into Wakefest, and the security guard on the other side. By the way, anybody that knows that lagoon in Kelowna,
it's gross.
It's disgusting. I was that hammered. I swam right across and back, but then stepping on the rocks as I left, I gashed like the whole bottom of my foot.
Oh, look at that gash.
It was bad, but you don't have the picture of that. You're just assuming.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thanks for making people feel like they were there. I appreciate that. So anyway, it took 2 weeks. I was walking. I had like rock hard calves after that because I was walking on tippy toes for 2 weeks.
Rock hard calves.
So anyway, I may show you guys the photo one day because at some
not
point,
of the slip. I don't want to see that.
It's pretty laughable. So anyway, let's get into some hockey stuff. COVID passports. They're live.
Hey, I got mine today.
Did you?
Your passport?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got it right on my phone. Yeah.
Cool.
Got it. I can go to games now, so we're all good.
Here's what I want to know. Can we use our COVID passport as an SPC card and get like 10% off DQ? Maybe we get a large for the price of a medium at Colonel's.
Yeah, you upgrade your A&W root beer to a mug. Yeah,
exactly. Or maybe we get like BOGO beef and cheddars at Arby's.
Dude, yeah.
I think there's some marketability things here for to go get your vaccine passport that nobody's thinking of right now. Like, what would you guys want, Brady? What would you want attached to your digital passport?
Ooh, man, I don't know. Like a free tattoo. Let's go with that.
I mean, hey, Alberta's giving out $100 to get vaccines, so.
Yeah, I think maybe when you go to a bar, or not a bar, a pub, that maybe you get to upgrade to a double. Okay. That would be nice.
Or like maybe a free wings.
Ooh,
like a starter
free
wing.
wings for
I order my 10 wings, and maybe they just throw in
5
more wings or something like that. Yeah, I think that'd be maybe my medium fries in McDonald's becomes a large.
What if everyone just got an extra week off work?
That's a bit of an ask, maybe.
Yeah, you know what?
It's not out of the realm of possibilities, right? So
maybe, and because this is our second vaccination passport, right? Because we had them when we were kids too. We had vaccination passports.
MMR.
Measles, mumps, rubella. So maybe we could double up, right? If I show my existing passport along with my new passport, maybe I get like
super stuff.
Maybe I just get a free meal, right?
Yeah, maybe you get like the book club.
Possibilities, man.
I think if I show my pass though when I roll into a joint, like I think I should just be given a crisp high five.
Yeah,
that'd be nice
free.
too.
Those are free.
Yeah.
Maybe gloves are sanitized, but maybe a bump or something like that.
Bump elbows.
Yeah.
I like that. I like where this is going.
It's a good thought. It's a weird question, but it's a good thought. I'm here for it.
I'm all about these weird questions. Pod Colson is in Vancouver. Have you guys seen any of the minor video clips that are going on?
What's he look like?
Good. He looks good.
Yeah, he does.
Wristers, top shelf wristers. He's got good moves. He looks like he's going to win the Rookie of the Year based on the 3 clips I've seen.
So I heard rumors that he's actually grown in height since we drafted him. Is that a real thing?
I'm not sure.
People grow.
Yeah, I know, but like, I mean,
that's
people are saying he's like 6'2" now.
Oh, what was he 6'1" when they drafted him?
Number, but
I don't know if it's true or not.
That might be a stretch
because he wasn't that tall when we drafted him, correct?
He was fairly tall.
I want to say he was like 6 feet 6'1", maybe. Man, on Elite Prospects, they have it listed as 6'4", but that's definitely not
right. Yeah, see, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. I'm looking at it right now. B, you're right. It's 6'4", 192. What was he, like 6 feet tall when we drafted him or something like that? Like he wasn't that big.
Maybe
if he is 6'4", then yeah, he's the power forward we need. But holy, I think that's a bit of a jump.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I feel like once this happens, like once you get to the NHL, like height and weight becomes a lie at this point, right? Like,
absolutely.
If you're Dustin Byfuglien it says you're 250, but you're actually like 275
or 3.
And if you're like Jonathan Marchessault, it says that you're 5'11", but you're actually 5'9". Like the Smurfs all want to be taller and the big guys all want to be smaller. Like from here on out, we're never really going to know his real height and weight, right?
You just corner him and have a ruler. Hi, yeah, Ryan for Chris Faber from Canucks Army. I got this yardstick. Actually, 2 yardsticks. Can you just walk over here for?
We actually just need him to stand next to Faber, and then we can get a good idea of what size of the human he is. Yeah.
Maybe we just need insider info. I mean, there's plenty of people. Jeff Patterson, I think. Oh no, he's short, isn't he? Matt Sakaris. There you go. He's a tall guy. Get him beside Sakaris, and we'll see how tall Podkolzin is. I like this. We've got boots on the ground.
I do like that there's already this feeling. Like I think it's been there for a while, but to see Podkolzin in action, I think there's this feeling that he's on the roster pretty much guaranteed at this point. So, it's exciting to kind of see him over here now. And he snapped a photo from his balcony when he first got here, and it was right pretty much attached to Rogers Arena. So
probably
what is it, like 35 days, and we'll be watching games. So
hey Frankie, can I get a condo until I've got my contract under wraps? Yeah, no problem.
But it is a lot to take in coming in from Russia, man, and knowing the language. Like holy.
Some of those guys, though, it doesn't seem to matter, right? Like he seems like he's one of those guys where it's just like I'm gonna fit in wherever I am.
Yeah, and
like language
he
barrier.
Like married? Like did he just get married too? And he's like
something like
years
that.
Old. Like, man, crazy.
Dude's balling already.
Yeah.
He definitely has that like work ethic, right? I mean, you know right away he's going to apply that work ethic, which is going to endure him to the team, which is what the squad needs, right? That's why everybody loved Ovi. I mean, everybody loved Ovi because he scored goals, but like he was out there working his tail off the whole time, right? And the team loved it.
100%, yeah.
He was an absolute monster from day one. Like,
he was. Yeah. And Podz, I mean, obviously not to the same extent as Ovi, but he's got like this myth about him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like developed over the years. So,
well, we've had two years to just kind of wait, we're just waiting
talk
on
about
this guy. So, finally going to see him in action. I can't wait.
Like it's coming close too. Like when's training camp? Like a week and a half?
It's soon.
I want to
say it's like the 26th or something.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
Like we managed to survive the summer. I mean, free agency and all that was in July, so we kind of got some freebies there. But we survived the summer. We've had some great guests in the meantime.
Yeah,
we're doing this. We do have technically. We are talking about the Canucks, so we filled the quota already. So that's
great offseason. The Canucks signed their 2 best players.
Yeah, like Patterson Hughes, massive deals. Obviously, like I can't believe they went blank times blank, and I really think that.
Good to finally see a little bit of news there, though. I think
I was going to say why.
I don't know if it's just smoke and mirrors right now, but because they need something to talk about. But to kind of hear where they're at with term and dollar figure for at least Hughes, like that's kind of it's sounding good. And the hopes are that people are pretty confident that they're going to be like signed and ready to go for training camp.
What was the term and dollar figure that we're hearing for Hughes? And if so, what does that mean? What do we think it's going to be for Pettersson?
I don't want to misquote anyone, but I want to say we're hearing north of 8 million, and we're hearing 6-7 years.
I think I heard from
Sat was 6-7 years.
Okay, but I thought I saw 8 somewhere.
I know it's long term. I also saw something that said, kind of, hinting at a longer term deal.
Mm-hmm. And what's the longest they can sign? Forever?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so PD's just been quiet on the. There's no news on the PD front then.
No, it doesn't really sound like much. It sounds like a bridge, like definitely a bridge.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm not sure. I think if you're going to go long term with one of them, I think Hughes isn't a bad bet.
Just prove it for both of them, and then sign them to whatever. Like if they're
prove what though, Ryan?
Well, the next step.
Prove more to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get your money.
Why are we talking about giving guys 8 mil if we want them to prove more?
Because then we can give them
20. Hey, whoa! We only think you're worth 8.
But then we're
gonna go 8.
You make a good point, Ted.
If we're gonna go 8 more, like I want you to prove to me more.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just seems
not like prove. Maybe proves the wrong word. But I mean, both of them, they're both going to get paid. Maybe there's one guy that they need to go. I don't know. I don't know. We've debated this so many times. Like, I don't know what the answer is. Just get them both signed so you can shut everyone up, including me.
Yeah.
And just like, let's get on to hockey. Let's get on to scoring goals. Let's get on to talking about our namesake PP1. Like, let's get on that. Let's talk about the Canucks, not what isn't happening right now. Like, let's talk about why Podkolzin hasn't made it to the top power play because all he does is score goals.
I agree, but let's also still talk about this for a moment more.
Yeah.
Let's poke the. Let's make sure Ryan again.
But
What if we kept talking about it for a minute?
You know, I wish we didn't have to talk about it because the deal was already done. I wish that's where we were with this.
That'd
Yeah.
be nice. Remember when Cale Makar came in and was just like, yeah, 9 mil, 6
Yeah.
years. That's done. Wrap it up. We're good to go. And
Yeah,
we can't get that. We can't.
I
get
won't.
that.
I won't be happy. I don't think I'll be happy if there's a bridge deal in here. Like, what
Like
is
at
the
all?
benefit? What is the benefit of signing a guy like Pettersson to a bridge deal? Like, how much do you think the market inflates in 3 years, 4 years?
Tough to say.
A Pettersson type player, a potential 85-point player, is going for 8+ right now.
Mhm.
In 4 years, what does an 8+ 85-point plus player go for?
What do you
does he
think?
go for 8?
Are we talking like 12 to 14 million, or what?
I mean, we think. Do we think, like, we could probably think that the salary cap's going to start heading north at some point here in those years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
We're talking
then,
probably 3 years down the road, 3 to 4 years.
yeah, which is basically the end of a bridge deal. I feel like that's bad timing.
So here's my idea. Can I get back into the conversation? Can I redeem myself possibly?
Yeah, let's talk about SPC cards.
SPC. Fun fact, those are great. We all want our free Colonel's bag of popcorn. No,
Ryan, you know I love you. Come on.
I know. You know, day late, dollar short, whatever. It's all good.
Jalapeno Jack, by the way.
Oh.
The Colonels.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or dill pickle. You can't go wrong dill pickle either. Yeah. They're pretty good. So if you're looking at both guys, and let's say you have to bridge one or the other, right? I've been thinking about this, and I may have contradicted myself prior. But as a player, as a person, as like the brain and everything that goes with them, the whole package, would you not want to have? And like I said, I may have contradicted myself before. Would you not want to have Elias Pettersson as your long-term guy? Like everything that he's going to bring, like the persona, his like I'll use attitude because I can't figure out the word that I need to say right now, but everything he kind of brings to this team. I mean, of both of them, obviously he can be offer sheeted. So wouldn't you want to throw like the money that makes sense at the guy that like you don't for sure want to get rid of? Like you don't want to see him go anywhere else. You have control with Quinn Hughes, right? Like you do have control with Quinn Hughes. So you can make that a little bit more, I mean, team friendly is probably going to be the wrong phrase, but with Elias Pettersson, like there is a little bit more unknown on that side. So if you have to go out and like, you know, open up the bank a little, you know, more than you want, Pettersson's probably the guy that you have to do that to. Whereas Quinn Hughes, I think you can make something work. And I think of the two players, like Petey definitely looked, you know, he had that upward trajectory, and Quinn Hughes, you know, probably needs to work on being a bit more of a defenseman. Like he's got the offensive side, and we know that'll come. But if you look at two guys, one guy has won an award, one guy has been around a little bit longer and has seen his stock rise, and Quinn Hughes hasn't quite been there. And again, we're playing, you know, kind of like you got to pick on a guy a little bit. But in this case, wouldn't Pettersson make sense to be the guy that you kind of do the long term with? The answer is yes.
I mean, I think for me personally, I mean, if you can only go long term with one of them, it doesn't really matter which one for me, to be honest. I think if you get one of them signed long term, you got to be happy with that. I would hate to see two bridge deals. That's the one no for me.
I don't think they have the balls to do two.
In a perfect world,
yeah,
I would love to see them both just go 8 million apiece, 6 years each.
Yeah,
that'd be great. I would love that. You know, they get a couple of years off. They don't have to go full 8, and we get them at a decent price too.
B's right. These are your guys. Like there is nothing left to prove for these guys to say that they are the players that you want them to be, and that they are the teams that are the players that are driving this bus. Like they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is no proving. So that's why I don't understand why a bridge deal makes any sense at all for either of these guys. Like it's for me, it's full or bust. Really, like if it was 2 bridge deals, oh my god, I'd lose my mind. I just want to go take a big poop on that deal, like for real.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I like your question. To get back to your question, like who is the guy that you have to pay? I think that if I was a GM, I would build my team out defense first. So
which is also the right answer. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there is a wrong answer. I think you prefer one, but it's a center or a defenseman. Nobody builds goaltender or winger, right? So I would probably go defense first, which would be Quinn. But I see what you're saying in terms of the guy who owns the team swagger, who brings that bravado that the team sort of follows along with. That's Pettersson.
Sure.
I would say it's even more so than Bo. So I get it from this standpoint that if you had to pick one for the Canucks, it's probably got to be Pettersson.
You just go that route just purely on the fact that, you know, Hughes is an offensive forward because I mean, you could also argue the fact that Pettersson could be a better defensive centerman than Hughes is a defensive.
That's a good point. Although I do think he might be our best defensive center, but he's not a Selke caliber guy. Like I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So I
good point.
Great arguments all around. Brady, you had about Jason Dickinson was speaking out. Was that today in the media there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have kind of much of what he said written down here or anything like that, but just from what I heard, like he had his kind of one of his first on ice interviews or off. He was on the ice clearly, but he got off and looked like he had a skate with some guys and just kind of saying all the right things you want to hear from a new acquisition. I mean, I think he's going to be a big character guy, a big leadership, and he's really talked about his defensive game and how big that was for him in Dallas and how he loved being complimented on how hard they were to play against. And he says he wants to be in charge of bringing that culture to Vancouver. And he wants to be the reason for them to be, you know, he wants to be the guy that the teams just, you know, other teams learn to hate because he's just so hard to play against. So you really love to hear that, being a fan of the team, and, you know, hopefully, you know, he can bring some leadership with that. And I think it's a total win.
Yeah, I saw a snippet. Basically kind of just mimicking what you said, that he wants to be, you know, that the tough guy to play against, that you're not going to enjoy playing against their line. They're going to bring a lot more intensity, and, which is nice. Like they're vocalizing that, you know, just like when you write something down, like he's getting it out there. This is going to be a team that's going to be tough to play against, which is nice to hear anyway.
It was one of those interviews where you just got a really good vibe about the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of a first look at the guy he's talking, and it's just like, okay, I can kind of see where this guy's coming from. I can hear what he's all about.
Yeah, the vibes thing, I'm with you, B, for sure. I the first time I think probably for a lot of us that we got to see Jason Dickinson was during the Black Lives Matter deal when they decided to take the game off, and he was one of the main representatives for the Dallas side, right? So
man, that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, this is a defensive forward. There's no bones about it. He's coming in almost in that Manny Malhotra role. He walks in with huge credentials. This is how the guy butters his bread as an NHLer, right? And so many of these guys that were high-end prospects coming out of junior that don't quite pop as offensive players in the NHL, they end up becoming those are the guys that end up becoming the really, really, really good quality defensive players. And that's what Dickinson is, right? So when the Canucks get a player like Jason Dickinson and they're going to deploy him in a role that he's just so well built for, it's so much more believable when you hear it come from a guy like Dickinson than when you hear it come from a guy like Sutter. When that first happened all those years ago, because we didn't really know at that point. We're like, is he an offensive player? Is he this guy that scored 20 in Pittsburgh? Is he a cog guy who's going to sit on our second line and insulate Bo? Is he going to even after all this time, for the longest time, I felt like Sutter was miscast and we weren't really sure what exactly he was supposed to be, and we were getting mad when he wasn't popping goals. But that's not what Dickinson's role is right from the jump. He's coming to be that third line guy, and he's going to come and anchor the bottom six, and I love it.
Yeah, like he's not. You're right. He's not being miscast. He's exactly what you're thinking. And I was going to mention like a Malhotra type role. But yeah, he comes in maybe a bit more versatile, obviously not just based on face-offs and whatever, but he's bringing that energy, that grit. But you're not expecting him to be in the top 6, and in fact, you're actually hoping he thrives on the bottom 6 on either line. If you need him to switch up and be a 4th liner for a night, and he's doing that because you're going up, let's say against, I don't know, like the Oilers, and you've got McDavid or Austin Matthews or Crosby or something like that. He's going to be able to handle that line, right? And he's going to be an agitator, but at the same time, he has that offensive ability as well. So they made some good pickups this year. Obviously, we're still waiting on the 2 big ones, but I think everything else has really taken shape already. So, and then again, bring back Podz, and maybe he's kind of rubs off on him or something. So, I don't know, kind of interesting. Brady, you had mentioned also Canada, as well as a bunch of other countries, are going back to the Olympics. First of all, how is this a big deal, or are we just based on the nostalgia of 2010 was so amazing, followed by 2014, which was not, and then obviously amateur athletes going to the next one? Like, are we jacked for this one? Like, does it have that same panache?
I'm pumped.
Are you?
I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm happy. Like,
okay,
the players obviously want it. The fans love it. Like, why not have that? I did not like to think that they had that stripped away, even that opportunity. It was like, if you want to play in the NHL, like, your hopes of ever playing the Olympics are just gone. I didn't like that. So to have that back, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great for the fans, great for the players. I'm excited.
How about you?
I really don't know how they're going to fit it in with the All-Star game and Olympics. Well, and that's the other thing, a little bit of a shortened season in a sense that it's starting a week or 2 late.
Because aren't they supposed to get rid of the All-Star game?
Did they cancel the All-Star game last time they went through the Olympic run? I can't remember.
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen it. Have we done that?
There's a perfect example of something I care about and something I don't care about. Like, I don't give a shit about the All-Star game. Like, it's
been to Vegas.
It's neat to see the skills comp, in my opinion.
It's no dunk competition. It's no NBA dunk competition.
It's not a dunk comp. I have more fun watching. We're all there to watch the All-Star skills comp. Basically, we're just there to watch the fastest skater. I mean, that's what we're all, and maybe hardest shot. I should say that too. So that's something that they could do away with, and I just wouldn't really care. But like, and B mentioned this earlier, but going to the Olympics, there's like a pride thing that happens there, right? Mm-hmm. But then I'm interested in watching NHL players play in whatever they're interested in playing in, right? When you're out there, those guys, like, they are absolutely going for it. They're bleeding for this. So many of those guys are patriotic. They are fighting tooth and nail. And when we see that on the TV, that's when we're getting excited about it too, right? So yeah, it's not like, sometimes you'll see like World Cup of Hockey, or maybe you'll see like Team Canada play against like HC Davos and the Spangler or something like that. And it's a team put together with a bunch of Canadians. And it's like, I know it's important to those guys, but those guys aren't the best players in the world. And that's who I want to watch. And when you combine the best players in the world with that level of interest and level of compete from the players, like, I'm pumped, B, just like you.
I mean, the Olympics are, 2010 was absolutely like the cherry on top. Like, it was a team that had to fight back after losing to the US, right?
Yep.
It was a team that, we were kind of worried to go, against Russia, and they absolutely dummy them. What a game that was. And then they just kind of ride their way. And then obviously, even in the gold medal game, Canucks, Blackhawks all over again. And yet, we're on the winning side. It's definitely awesome. And then again, like the absolute anticlimactic, Russia tournament where you wake up 4 a.m. in the game, just like, it sucked. Like, you're like, all right, we won. All right, back to sleep. Like, it was it was probably arguably
can't sleep now.
Like, I tried to, but and that team was just absolutely massive that won, but it was just so boring because like there was no competition in that one. They just rolled over everyone. And yet the 2010 team, they were amazing too. Like, that at the time was probably the best team they'd ever put together. And we had seen some pretty crazy ones prior, but like that 2010 team, like, you go over who was on there, like young Drew Doughty, you've got young guys. Now you think like, man, how did they get all that talent onto one team? Just crazy. So I'm in it too.
know-
I'm in that club for sure.
Yeah, I have to see Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon on one line. I know not as like a full line. Like I know they're gonna put Crosby with Marchand and Bergeron.
It's like a shift or a PP.
Even for like a shift
for
or
like
two.
a power play or a shift or an overtime shift or something. It'd be or just a period. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to see.
Yeah, the beast, the bull, and the burner.
It'd be insane, like insane.
Okay, so I think Canada is in good shape all the way around when it comes to this hockey team that's going to be coming up. But I think we're at the point now, and it's always like this weird spot every second or third Olympics where the torch gets passed from a goaltending perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And who do you think is there for Team Canada as a starting goaltender?
Craig Billington. Wait,
Yeah.
Billington.
Well, the one guy that you kind of thought might have stepped up for it at this point and pushed for it, but he actually had a bad year last year was Carter Hart. You think he might kind of stepped up and be ready for it, but he's not going to be there. I honestly think this is kind of a year where you look at you go with Price and Fleury again. I'm not sure.
I was going to say you kind of have. I think Price is now the guy. I was almost going to say Fleury, and then I thought if I had to, put my hat on a guy, like would I want Marc-Andre Fleury to be the guy? I think Carey Price still, especially after the run, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you gotta believe.
You got to go with Price again. I think
Carey Price still has that. He brought his game back. I think he did.
I'm just gonna throw it out there, but I mean, we're talking about a Vezina goaltender. Vezina winning goaltender.
I know. It sounds
the best goaltender in the NHL.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not according to Kucherov.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. I know what you're saying, but I don't know if it's as easy to just discount Fleury like that. And who is the other guy? Because Canada, you feel like they're going to bring a younger guy, a developing guy, a next in line guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you just see how the season pans out. You see how the season pans out because I think you probably want it to be Carter Hart. I think.
Catahat.
Yeah, to be honest, this is one of those things where I'm more excited to see what happens with Thatcher Demko in the United States as opposed to what happens in the net for Canada because just because Demko plays for the Canucks, so hopefully he's in a backup or he has an amazing year, maybe he's a starter. I think that's a stretch, but
I mean, we're still super early on that.
But the one thing we should talk about, Ryan, is Bo Horvat. I mean, I know he's on the outside looking in, but I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on his chances at potentially making Team Canada.
No,
it's just he's too far down the pecking order, or it's just.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan. If you want,
I was just going to say I saw a little preview. Someone had mentioned that Bo, or mentioned to him. I think he was on the Vancast, right? And I think they had mentioned that he was on a list as kind of the 13th forward. And I think I saw Barzal was essentially every other list I've seen was Matty Barzal on there. Although how do you keep a guy like that off Team Canada? This is one of those conversations. So I mean, yeah, I think Bo Horvat has a shot. Sure. But it is Team Canada. We've gone over this many times, even before our shows ever began. They could have two teams, and I think even the B team would still fare pretty well. Maybe not this time, but I mean, if you let's just say those are the two guys, right? Barzal or Bo Horvat. I mean, we all love Bo, but
you can't really pass off Barzal. Is it just purely skill all the way through the lineup, or is there a point where maybe you add a guy who's a little more defensively responsible than a flashy player like Barzal? I mean,
he does it all too.
Say a guy like Sean Couturier gets hurt, and then it's down to Barzal or Horvat. Does that boost Horvat's chances, or is it Barzal all day long?
I think a guy like Couturier, Bergeron, and Ryan O'Reilly are all guys that I'd probably have ahead of Bo. I'd probably have a lot of other players ahead of Bo in terms of a defensive forward, because I've talked about this before. I don't believe that Bo is a defensive first forward. I think he's a better scorer than he is a defender. So the other thing working against him is that in addition to quality defensive players, which I still think is what a lot of people see him as. You're still looking at guys like Mark Stone, and now you're looking at so you have Stone, Ryan O'Reilly, Patrice Bergeron, Sean Couturier, and then you have guys that are like two-way players, right? That can get it done too. So I just don't know. The problem is I don't know where players that they'll make room for. Okay, we know you're a center, but you can play wing.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think he fits in that mode either, because there's probably better players that can play wing than Bo as well.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So I go back to and I would think they might be mistaken to carry too many defensive-minded players all this way. I think that offense is king. I think that they made mistakes carrying role players. That 98 team comes to mind, bringing guys like Rob Zaminer along.
Gretzky.
But yeah, Gretzky. I mean, Gretzky probably shouldn't have been there too, right? Trevor Linden was on that team. He probably could have had Rod Brindamore. There's also different guys, but I think, I've sort of lost my train of thought on this, but when I think back on the team that won what was the team with Jerome McGinley on it that won, right?
2002.
202.
And that team
Salt
was
Lake City.
freaking amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they were
how much of a beast was Jerome in that tournament? You guys remember?
Oh yeah.
He was incredible. It was him and Sid, right? I mean, Jerome barely made that team.
Sid wasn't on 02.
Oh, are you talking about 2010 when Jerome fed him the game-winning goal?
No, I think it was 2002 is the one I'm talking about.
Sidney Crosby
Crosby wasn't there yet.
No, not Crosby. It was the Jerome goal, basically, right? Jerome making the team. It was barely that was the year that he scored 50 and led the league in scoring.
Oh, and there was Fleury was on that team.
Right, now we're talking. Okay. And so he barely made that squad, and we were talking about a guy who led the league in scoring. He forced his way on there, and I think that if Bo was going to make the team, he's going to have to do something like that. 100%. And I don't know if I love Bo. Don't get me wrong.
He's not in that role though.
He's not in that role, and I don't know if he's capable of doing something like that. If that were to happen, it means probably something really bad happened to Petey. And he had to take over as the number one guy, probably pop 75, 80 points. I just don't know if that's possible.
They've got Tavares. I'm just looking at Sportsnet, their last article they had here. They have Tavares, Couturier, and Stamkos as their fourth line. Insane. Yeah. Mark Scheifele as their 13th, and Barzal as the extra. Extra.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. You're still talking about guys like Mitch Marner, Braden Point. There's still outside guys like Jonathan Huberdeau, right? I mean, there's some very good.
Even a guy like Taylor Hall,
Stanley Cup. It's crazy.
Yeah, Tay Hall has we're not too far removed from him winning an Art Ross, guys.
Exactly. Just
he could have a bounce back year, right? I mean, he's still an amazing skater. He's still a power forward,
what
right?
About Tyler Seguin too, man? Wow.
Exactly, but we're just naming names. So then you think you've named all those guys. Where does Bo Horvat? And he's not.
He's down the list, I think.
He just is. It sucks, but
it's sad.
At the same time, you're not picking who's your favorite. You're picking who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Who is the best, the absolute no-brainer best team that will win?
I'm looking at this projection list, and you know how we just talked about Carey Price and Andre Fleury. They're talking about the third guy being a guy like Darcy Kemper, right? I mean, we're in a weird spot for Canadian goaltending after these top guys, sort of set off into the sunset.
It's nice to see that they have Binnington in there as the second. Freaking
Black
right. Right.
But that guy never plays. He never plays.
He's not going again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm much more confident in what this defensive core can do. I mean, we're talking about some fucking really good players here: Cale Makar, Shea Theodore, Dougie Hamilton, Morgan Riley, Aaron Ekblad, Pietrangelo, Shabbat, Doughty. I don't think makes this team. I don't know why he's on here, but I can think of some better players to bring other than Drew Doughty. But maybe that's an experience thing. I see what they're saying.
Yeah,
but that's where this team's going to butter their bread.
Makar. I'm looking at one. Doughty's not even on. They got Byram.
Yeah, neither with Brent Burns either. It's crazy. It'll be interesting to see who makes the team. Injuries play a part too. So
changing the guard though. So you're right, Brady. Injuries. You could have the perfect team, and all of a sudden, so and so go down. And you're like, okay. I mean, they have a taxi squad too, right? I know they've got a black ace, a group of three. So
yeah.
And if that guy isn't Bo that goes out here and pops 50, who's the Jerome McGinley of that year, right? Somebody is going to step up and bully their way into this team. Happens every year.
Claude Giroux.
Yeah.
Claude Giroux. Probably not, but hey.
Okay, so we're going to take a little break from seriousness. For the second week in a row, we're bringing back Real and Fake.
Oh, no.
And you know what?
What do you got for us now,
talking to Bowman, and I tried getting him on here, and he's busy. So we'll try to make this a once a month, even during the season, because it's a lot of fun. And quite frankly, like I was doing the research on this, and I'm like, again, every single thing on here is ridiculous. So this week, we need a theme song or something. This one is real athlete names or fake athlete names. Now this is football, hockey, and athletics, right?
Okay.
So
that's a baseball team.
It's also a baseball team, and they're real. So I didn't put them on there. That's clever though. So here's the first one. You guys ready? Bronco Nagurski.
Definitely a name. That's real.
Yeah, I'm with B on that one. I think that's real. I think I've heard the name Nagurski before. So
former NFL player. Good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
1 for 1. This is gonna be so much fun. Faraj Fartass. Spelled exactly the way fart ass. Faraj Fartass.
I'm gonna say real. Yeah, that's real.
No fart ass.
No fart ass?
No.
Rugby player, real person.
Fuck.
Yes.
That one is
sorry, Faraj.
That's probably my favorite one. Okay, next one.
I bet you Mrs. Fart Ass is super happy.
Oh, jeez. Like, and I left a few off here because we have 8, so it's okay. Here's the next one. Bent Shivdong.
It's probably like an Indian cricket player or something like that.
Bent Shivdong.
No Shivdong. For all that's right in this world, no Shivdong.
No, not a real person.
You're both correct. Clearly, it is.
Hey, 3 for 3, baby! Woo!
All right.
We got Shivdong on that one.
No Shivdong for you. Here's a good one. Preston Buttons the Third.
Oh my god, that's real. 100% real.
Ted?
No.
Seriously, it's not real.
No. I feel like you stuck the third in there to fuck with me.
I did. That's what I figured. I'm gonna reel someone in. At least I got one of you guys on that one. Okay, Steve Sharts.
Steve Sharp.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a Steve Sharts.
Brady?
I'm gonna say nope.
Minor pro ball player. There you go. Well done. I got 3 more here. So you got to hear me out, and I'm going to try to pronounce this so that my mic doesn't get too much bass on this. Rupper duct key, like air duct. Rupper duct key.
Like a rubber duck.
That's why it's funny. But real or fake?
Fake.
Rupper.
I think the setup was too much. I think it's a fake. The pronunciation bit and all that. I'm going to have to go fake.
Yeah.
Fake.
Fake.
Yeah, but let's pretend it was real.
It's a good setup though, Rye.
Yeah. I actually wrote that on my thing. Let's pretend it's real.
Fuck you, but
okay, 2 more. Now I got to make sure that I've got the spelling on this one right. Wang Ligon.
Wang Ligon.
I'm down with Wang Ligon. Probably plays in like the Japanese baseball league or something. Wang Ligon.
Yeah, real. This one's real.
Yeah.
He is real, but he's a table tennis player.
Same thing.
Okay. No, not exactly. And here is the piece de resistance. Bonus points if you get this one right. Oh, boy.
Keep it together, man.
Give me a moment. This is a tough one. Lucius Pussy.
No.
Pronounce Pussy.
I'll let you decide.
I'm going to say that's fake. Come on, that's fake. That's got to be fake.
Ted?
Yeah, Lucius is a real name.
It is a real name. Yeah.
Yeah. Lucius Pousset. It's probably French soccer player, or he's Swiss.
So you're saying real?
Yeah.
It's a real football player.
Wow.
Football as in soccer?
Like NFL. Wow. American football. There's the Google, so you can see this dude's picture. So feel free to click on that. It's in their
Wow.
private chat. Well done, you guys. That was pretty good.
Okay, I got 2 for you.
Okay.
Okay. Robin Big Snake.
Real.
Fake.
Football
Fake.
player, I think. No. Real person. I'm just trying to remember sport. Big Snake. Hockey player. And he played for Moose Jaw, I think.
B, you think fake?
Yeah, I'm gonna go fake.
It's a real player, Robin Big Snake.
Where did he play?
I think he played in Portland, and it says here that he also played for the Milwaukee Admirals.
Did he play for Moose Jaw?
It doesn't say in here, Moose Jaw, but he's got brothers, so maybe.
Big Snake. Yeah, that was an easy one.
Big Snake, yeah. Wasey Rabbit. Wasey Rabbit.
Real. It's real.
See?
Yeah, it's real. It's gotta be.
Vancouver Giant.
Yeah, it is real. Wasey Rabbit.
He was good.
He was fast.
Yeah, like a rabbit.
Like legit. Like I think Saskatoon Blades. I think he might even played for Boston a game or two. Wasey Rabbit. There you go. Those are fun.
Those are real names. So you didn't really make it interesting. You just found 2 real names.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. We're getting pretty close to being done here. We'll finish off on a nice strong note. Have you guys seen Untold Penalties or Crime and Penalties? The Danbury Trashers?
No,
I've heard about it. But
Holy crap!
I've yet
you gotta check it out.
To watch it.
You got to see it. It's so good, and it's real.
Yeah, those are pretty good, right? Like there was the one with what was it, the Pacers?
Oh, the Malice of the Palace.
The Malice of the Palace with Artest, and
that's great too. And that is an absolute screw job once you see how that all ends.
Yeah, because there was some badass fellas on those 2 teams too, right? Like Ben Wallace was there.
Yeah,
obviously Meta.
Yeah. Who's the other dude from the Pistons? There's Ben and wasn't there 2 Wallaces on that team?
Was Rashid there?
Yeah, Rashid and Ben Wallace. Those 2 were bad MFers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, if you see that one, folks, that by the end, I was mad because I felt a certain way, and I remember how I felt when that all took place and how it got painted in such a terrible light, right? Like, you're like, how can these guys...
Yeah.
You see all the background stuff, and I'm not going to ruin it because there are some details that you need to see.
Like Jermaine O'Neal got screwed over. I didn't watch the thing yet, but I remember Jermaine O'Neal got pretty screwed over in that too.
Oh, it was rough. So when you do see it, like, I mean, absolute must see. But the Danbury Trashers, so basically... The rumor is like the Sopranos was based off of this family that bought this hockey team. So like kind of low level mob bossy kind of guy, like, you know, middle tier, third or fourth from the top. And he owns this trash business, like, you know, waste management kind of thing. And they basically ran Danbury, which is in Connecticut. And if you tried to get in on their territory or just be another company, you didn't. They made sure that didn't happen. But then he goes and buys a pro hockey team for his son. 17-year-old AJ Gallardi. I can't remember how you say it.
Gallardi sounds right.
But like, this is wild. And it's good. And this team ends up being good. It's again, must see. I highly suggest, if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you got some time tonight, you know, folks, make sure you get in on it. There was a thing that I saw in the group chat from the Blundell Network. There is, we're going to kind of do like a bit of a crossover, a cross promotion kind of thing for a bunch of our hockey podcasts. Maybe get, you know, one of the guys from like Have a Listen, maybe somebody from Leafs Cast, or like some of the Trainwreck guys that are out in like Buffalo, this and that, to kind of do some cross promotion, trash talking, all that. So we're going to see that happen in the coming weeks. I know there was talk after we did the playoff pricks, Ted. Remember that? That was a lot of fun.
That was good.
That we may try to do like maybe a weekly show and have somebody from each show, just kind of a round table. I think could be a lot of fun. So I know that was batted around. B, I think you'd enjoy that. It's a good time. It's interesting to say the least. But yeah, so check all the Blundell stuff out there. We're gonna go strong. Obviously, Allie, we're gonna have you on and do a massive food take show. Doesn't even need to be a podcast, but I'm sure we'll make one. and that'll be a lot of fun. So bring your epic food takes for that. Hockey's coming close. We've got the WHL starting. Our Kelowna Rockets locally are going to be playing some hockey in a few weeks. I cannot wait. I got my digital vaccine passport, so I can walk in, be like, "What's up? I like hockey. I want a hot dog. Give me some popcorn. Let's do this."
No ketchup though.
No ketchup. Absolutely no ketchup.
Oh, come on. Ketchup flavored popcorn is good.
You know what? I should just. I don't know how to mute you quickly, so I'm gonna let you pass with that one. Other than
have
that,
to put him on a delay, I think.
Yeah, we'll get you on the Hockey Night in Canada delay, right?
I'm like the kid from Big Daddy. Just 30 packs of ketchup, man. Let's go.
Maybe we'll do the crate challenge or something too.
Hey, did you guys ever see Jersey Shore?
Are we talking?
Did anyone ever actually watch that show?
No.
Maybe a half episode.
Yeah.
Are you bringing up the DJ talk? Like DJ Pauly D is going to be the Canucks' new DJ?
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. But I'd vote for that. Just a random fact. Mike, the Situation, he's one of like the main guys on there. Randomly followed me on Twitter the other day. So
You've made it.
That was my week, and I was like, you know what?
You've made
happy.
it.
I am happy with that. So,
Mike, the Situation.
That's my random fact of the day.
I did name my fantasy football team. I drafted Jarvis Landry from the Cleveland Browns this year, and so I called my fantasy football team Jim Tan Landry.
Nice.
That's good.
I like that.
Good. Any final words, boys? Brady, welcome back. Back in the dungeon.
Hell yeah, man.
Excellent. Say hi to your dad, Bob.
Bob's kid.
Bob's son. I guess it'd be Brady's dad in this case. Ted, you got the new setup. Sounded good this week.
Thanks, bud.
Your comments kind of suck, but that's okay.
All right. Well, I'll leave you with ketchup sucks.
Ketchup does suck. On behalf of...
Oh, come on!
On behalf of Ted Brady, I'm Ryan. This is episode 106 of the PP1 podcast, Team Blundell Network, Summer Skates. Follow us on all the stuff. You know the drill. Peace out.
Hockey's almost there, guys. We're almost back. Let's go.
Call this episode Ketchup